My friends, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on this truth. Nothing in life comes by accident. The right people, the right lessons, the right opportunities, everything arrives at the exact moment you are ready to receive it. If this video has found you today, it is not a coincidence. It is a sign that God, the universe, life itself, whatever name you choose to give it, knows you are ready for something greater. So often we think we are not prepared. We question ourselves. We doubt our strength. We look at our past mistakes and convince ourselves that we cannot handle the future. But God does not make mistakes. If you are standing at this moment, if you are hearing these words, then something inside you is prepared to rise. Readiness is not about perfection. It's not about having everything figured out. Readiness means you are willing to step forward, even if the path is not yet clear. It means trusting that the strength you need will appear at the moment you need it. It means believing that the pain, the delays, and the waiting you've endured were not wasted. They were shaping you, building you, carving out the character necessary for the blessings that are now on their way. Maybe you've been through seasons of struggle, nights of tears, or years of silence where nothing seemed to move. But every delay was divine preparation. Every closed door was protection. Every unanswered prayer was redirection. And now you are standing at a threshold. This moment is not by chance. This message is confirmation you are ready. So step forward boldly. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust God. Because when this video shows up in your life, it is the signal that heaven has already prepared the way. You only need the courage to walk it. Your readiness has been noticed. Your faith has been seen. And now your new chapter begins. Divine timing is a truth that many of us overlook, yet it is the foundation upon which our lives unfold. When something shows up in your life, whether it is a message, a person, or even this very video, it does not appear randomly. It arrives because the moment has been carefully orchestrated and you are ready to receive it. God never acts by accident. Every word you hear, every opportunity that presents itself, every challenge you face has been placed before you with intention. What often feels like coincidence is actually confirmation that a higher plan is unfolding. When we live through seasons of waiting, we often question why things are not happening in our desired time frame. We grow frustrated, anxious, and sometimes even hopeless. But the reality is, God's timing is not our timing. What feels like delay to us is preparation in His eyes. He knows when the soil of your heart is fertile, when your character has been strengthened, and when your spirit is strong enough to carry the blessing without it breaking you. You may not always understand it in the moment, but later you realize why things had to unfold exactly as they did. This very video arriving to you right now is evidence that you have reached a point of readiness. If it had come before, you might not have recognized its value. But today, something within you has matured, and God is showing you a sign that you are prepared to step into a new level. Divine timing is a reminder to trust the process, to believe that everything that has happened to you, both the good and the painful, was meant to bring you here, to this exact moment where transformation becomes possible. Readiness is one of the most misunderstood concepts in life. So often, people wait for the perfect conditions, thinking they must fix every flaw, heal every wound, or gather every resource before they step into what they were created for. But true readiness has very little to do with perfection. It is not about having everything figured out, nor is it about becoming flawless. Readiness simply means you are willing to take the next step despite your imperfections. God never calls the perfect, He calls the willing. In fact, your imperfections, struggles, and scars are often the very things He uses to shape your purpose. They are not disqualifications, but qualifications, proof that you have endured, learned, and grown. When God sees that spark of willingness in your heart, the openness to move forward even with fear, uncertainty, or weakness, He knows you are ready. Think about the people who made history or changed lives. They were not flawless individuals. They doubted themselves, felt unworthy, and often stumbled, yet they chose to step out anyway. Their willingness to act, to trust, and to move became the mark of their readiness. The same is true for you. Do not wait for the day when you feel perfect, because that day will never come. What matters is your choice to trust God's timing and step forward as you are. The world doesn't need a perfect version of you. It needs a present version of you. Someone who shows up with courage, vulnerability, and faith. So when this video appears in your life, it is not telling you to be flawless. It is reminding you that your willingness is enough. God is not asking for perfection. He is asking for your yes. And that yes is what makes you truly ready. Delays in life are one of the hardest things to understand. When we pray, dream, and work towards something, yet see no movement, it's natural to feel discouraged or even abandoned. But what we often interpret as punishment or rejection is, in truth, preparation. God never withholds out of cruelty. He withholds out of wisdom. He sees the bigger picture, the future we cannot yet grasp, and He knows what we are truly ready for. Every closed door, every season of silence, every prayer, that seems unanswered carries a deeper purpose. These delays are not wasted time. They are the training ground for the blessings to come. When you face a delay, it is easy to believe that nothing is happening, but in reality, everything is happening behind the scenes. You are being stretched, molded, and strengthened. God is refining your patience, deepening your character, and sharpening your faith. If blessings were handed to us before we were mature enough to handle them, they could overwhelm or even destroy us. But when the delay has done its work, we stand taller, wiser, and stronger, ready to carry what once would have crushed us. Think of a seed in the ground. It remains buried for a long time, unseen and unnoticed. To the outside eye, it looks like nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, roots are forming, growth is taking place, and the foundation for life is being established. Only after that unseen preparation does the plant break through the surface. In the same way, your hidden seasons are sacred seasons of preparation. So, when delays come, don't despair. Instead, trust that God is preparing you for something greater. The silence is not absence, it is strategy. And when the time is right, what was delayed will be delivered in abundance. Courage is not about knowing every detail of the path ahead, nor is it about feeling strong every step of the way. True courage is the decision to move forward even when the way is unclear. Many of us wait until we feel fully equipped before we take action, but God's design is different. He does not always provide the strength in advance. He provides it in the moment you need it. The step of faith comes first, and the strength follows. This is why readiness is not measured by how much you know, but by how much you are willing to trust. When you take that first step into the unknown, something shifts inside you. New levels of strength, wisdom, and resilience awaken that you did not know you had. They were always within you, but they only rise to the surface when tested. God equips you not with everything at once, but piece by piece, step by step, so that you learn to depend on Him daily. This process is not meant to intimidate you. It is meant to remind you that you are never walking alone. Think of every great journey or achievement in history. No one had a complete roadmap. They had only vision, faith, and the willingness to begin. The details unfolded along the way, and the resources came as they were needed. The same principle applies to your life. You don't have to see the entire staircase. You only need to take the first step. So, when you feel unprepared, remember this truth: strength will meet you as you move. The courage you seek will appear in motion, not in hesitation. Trust that God's hand will provide exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. keep stepping forward, and the path will reveal itself. Struggles are often the clearest signs that a breakthrough is on the horizon. We sometimes look at pain as punishment or hardship as evidence that God has forgotten us, but in truth, these moments are shaping us for something far greater than we can see. Every tear, every setback, every sleepless night carries meaning. They are not wasted experiences. They are part of the refining fire that molds you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Pain has a way of teaching lessons that comfort never can. It strips away what is temporary and reveals what is eternal. When life feels heavy, it is not because you are weak. It is because you are being prepared for a weight of blessing and responsibility that matches the strength being built inside you. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified through fire, and your spirit is strengthened through trials. What feels unbearable today may be the very experience that equips you to step into your calling tomorrow. Struggles are not signs of abandonment. They are evidence that God is working within you, preparing to turn your suffering into testimony. Think about it. The people who inspire us most are rarely those who lived easy lives. They are the ones who fought battles, endured pain, and yet came out shining. Their struggles became their platform, their hardships became their story, and their pain became the very thing that gave birth to purpose. The same is true for you. So, when you find yourself weighed down by challenges, remind yourself that this is not the end. It is the shaping ground for what's to come. Your struggles are not blocking your breakthrough, they are building it. And when God decides the time is right, the very thing that once hurt you will be the reason you rise. When a message like this enters your life, it is not coincidence, it is confirmation. God has a way of sending signs at the exact moment we need them, and often they arrive in the simplest forms: a conversation, a passage in a book, a moment of silence, or even a video. These signals are gentle reminders that the season of waiting is ending and a new chapter is about to begin. You may not feel fully ready, but God knows you are. He has seen your tears, heard your prayers, and witnessed your perseverance. Now He is giving you a nudge to step forward into the life that has been prepared for you. A new chapter doesn't always begin with fireworks. Sometimes it begins with quiet awareness. It starts with a shift in your heart, a deeper sense of peace, or a sudden realization that you no longer need to carry the burdens of the past. That awareness is God's way of saying, it is time. The old season has served its purpose. It has taught you, refined you, and prepared you. Now the doors that were once closed will begin to open, and the opportunities you longed for will start to align. But stepping into a new chapter also requires courage. You cannot walk into tomorrow if you keep holding on to yesterday. This is the moment to release the pain, the doubts, and the fear that have weighed you down. Trust that the same God who sustained you in your struggles will guide you in your breakthroughs. So if you are hearing these words today, take them as a personal message. Your new chapter has begun. The past is finished. The waiting is over. God has already written the next page of your story, and it is filled with growth, blessings, and purpose beyond anything you imagined.